Evening, afternoon, possibly morning. How's everyone doing? Dawood says hello. Hope you are all well. Yeah, good. Not too bad. Saturday. How are you? Hope you're good. Manor Frog. Can't wait to see Liverpool again in pre-season. Yeah, man. We need to get this this silly tournament over and done with. I say silly. It's given us something to do. But yeah, roll on the 13th. I would never have been so happy to have seen Preston in my life. But yeah, looking forward to that. Lena says hi. How you doing, Lena? Interesting picture. I can't see what it is. Is it an owl or is it a Pokemon? But yeah, hope you're well. The way Elliott has played in the under-21, Slot should give him a shot. He's on fire. He scored again today. And he and it wasn't an easy goal to score as well. It was a nice finish. He firmly looks a level above kind of the under-21 level. Like he just looks a class above. He looks a level above. I appreciate it's the under-21s, but even then, I'm like, just the amount of goals that like he seems to score in like every single game. So I'm like, you know what? Unfortunately, I think he's gonna go, but this will increase his value. But with that, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, super impressed by it. Every time I see England under-21s are playing, I click on it and I say, you know what? I bet you Elliott has scored. And I clicked on it super early today saying, you know what, I bet you Elliott has scored, and he has scored again. He's on fire. Speaking of being on fire, we have Fish. Hello, Fish. How's Fish life? Hope you're good. Lena says, I'm like you. It's good to hear. RG255, I was the first person on the timeline, is that? That's good to hear. Referees are coming out. They're still doing these weird pro wrestling entrances that I can't wait until we see the back of. Fish says I miss Firmino as well. I miss a bit of Bobby. Hopefully you won't miss him next season. Hopefully Wirtz will fill the creativity gap in the middle to a certain degree, so let's hope so. What do you miss most about Wirtz, about Firmino, would you say? Let me know. RG255 says, this I men. What do you mean by this I men? Please confirm. CJR says his goal today wasn't anything special. I thought it was quite a good goal. To be fair. But equally, the volume of goals that he's been scoring is pretty spectacular. He seems to be scoring in like every single game. To the point where now I'm like, I wouldn't say quite having second thoughts, but I generally don't have second thoughts based on individual tournaments, but even then, I am impressed by what he's doing, and I think we'll get more money for him. Just Leo says yo. Okay. I changed my name from Leozinho just Leo. To let you know. Thanks for letting me know. I wouldn't have realized. So I'm glad you told me. But yeah, how you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a nice weekend. Ben met Mo Salah in Thailand. Very nice. What was your experience of meeting Mo Salah in Thailand? Was it at like a signing thing? Was it at like a? Because sometimes they do those kind of, I don't know if they're called like media events, but they do those signing things with the signing shirts and stuff. But yeah, I hope it was good. Vo Scott says Mo Salah's had a very hard preseason of pizza and ice cream diet. It's taking its toll on me. But the good thing is, once it starts getting cooler, Mo Salah will start exercising again. So there is there's good things there. There's good things on the horizon. Mr. SM loves Saka. He's a good player, Saka. Mr. Bukayo. What do you love about Saka in particular? You met him on the beach. When was this? Was this a long time ago, or was this recently? Did you say hello to him? Did you speak to him? Did you have a conversation? Nick says Salah is washed, Brev. Well, let's hope he's washed again next season, so he gets another 40 goals, and let's hope he's washed again the season after that, so he gets another 40. It seems like washed Salah seems to be better than all the unwashed players in the league. So yeah, let's carry on being washed, I guess. Just Leo, aka Leo Zeno, says I just can't wait to see Wirtz in pre-season. Same. I'm probably looking forward to it, not just from a player perspective, but also kind of just seeing how he's gonna kind of fit into the system, if you know what I mean. I think that's gonna be really interesting to see. 2 weeks ago. So you were in Thailand 2 weeks ago. Number one, how was Thailand? Because I've never been before. So was it good? Was it fun? What did you get up to there? Would you recommend it as a holiday destination? And yeah, did you speak to him? Just Leo says, I don't know what football you're watching, mate. Yeah. I was like, okay, if he's washed, let's hope he's washed again next season and he gets another 40 goals. P5am, how you doing? Hope you're well. How many games would you keep Elliott at Liverpool? I'm trying, even though his form at the moment is kind of very good and very impressive, and even though he's a level above everyone, I'm trying not to let that cloud my judgment of the year, if you know what I mean. I would probably still be looking to sell him, but I'd be using recent events as evidence to get a higher price, if you know what I mean. Nick says 2 goals in the last 12 games. To be fair, that's like isn't that like Bukayo Saka form, to be fair? But like if you've if you've scored 40 goals before that and you've won the league before that, I'm willing to kind of let you off, if you know what I mean. But again, this is like a pointless discussion. Like you're saying Salah's washed, and I'm like, okay, he's washed. He's washed, fine. We'll keep him. We'll do you the favor of keeping this washed player, and then you don't need to worry about signing him. So everyone's happy. Everyone's happy in this situation. Ben says, really good. Muchi Pucci, that's a nice username. Saying stay bitter, pretty much. Yeah. It is a bit bizarre. I can't lie. But then my reaction is, you know what? Okay, if you say he's rubbish, no problem. We'll keep him. We'll save you. We'll save you the pleasure. We'll keep this rubbish Egyptian striker, and then you keep Rasmus Højlund or whoever. JR says, "Come on, you Spurs. Are you excited about Thomas Frank, JR?" I think I was speaking to you previously when I said I'm still a bit sad that Ange's gone. But what are your expectations for Thomas Frank? Do you think, I don't know, do you think he can get you into European place? Do you think that's a bit too much? Or, yeah, what are your expectations for Mr. Thomas Frank? RG255 went to the beach today. Very nice. Well, you picked a good day to go to the beach. How was it? Was it good? What did you get up to? Did you play football or were you just chilling? DM Resells says loan him, please. You'd loan Harvey Elliott. Who would you loan him to? Would it be to a Premier League club or a Bundesliga club? Lever1904, I think Andy with an I on the end, if I believe, says hello mate. Sorry for not being here last few days. How are you doing? Yeah, good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Weekend, so can't really complain. Had a busy day today, to be honest, but I'm hoping tomorrow will be less busy and I can play some computer games. But yeah, good. How are you? How are things with you? Hope you're well. Fish's quote of the day is fish and food and fish. Is the quote is quite often fish are friends, not food. But yeah, you'll have to explain that a bit further. Leo says that I like Harvey Elliott. You can bring the energy sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't show up. Yeah, I really like his technical ability. I really like his attitude. I really like everything about him. I think the only kind of downside is something that he can't control to a certain degree, which is his height, which he can't really do anything about, and his kind of physicality. It's like he ticks like every box, but there's this one bottleneck to a certain degree, and it's a bit frustrating. But I hope he goes somewhere and he flourishes there, and he becomes a top player. Real Scouser says, yes, lad. How you doing, Real Scouser? Hope you're good, mate. Let me just set the timer for this game, which has just kicked off. Again, I know we care about the Liverpool stuff a lot more than this game, myself included. But I'll just set the timer anyway. Fish says garam maram. Is that like garam masala, but a different type of masala, I think. P5am, Salah said teams would figure out how to play him, but slot system will be different next season. Yeah, I mean, I think it will be different, given that he's bought Florian Wirtz and given that he's bought Frimpong. I think Robertson and Kerkez, it's more of a straight swap. Like what Robertson was doing, Kerkez is going to do now. Frimpong is a different player to Trent. So that will be a system change, and Wirtz is a different player to Szoboszlai, which will be a system change. And I also presume Szoboszlai is going to play deeper. So again, that's going to be a system change. But that's why pre-season is going to be so interesting. I can't wait, man. Proper can't wait. Andy says, I hope that for you too. I'm fine. Good to hear. I feel like loaning Elliott to Sunderland or Southampton or someone like that could work. Yeah. I think a Premier League team. I think Premier League. I think Premier League experience is invaluable, and you don't want him to go somewhere else and then come back, and then there's the whole they need to settle back into the Premier League. So I think your suggestion of Premier League is really good. And he'd play week in, week out there. So I like that suggestion. Real Scouser says, how are we? Good. Feeling very hot. I'm about to turn my fan off, because if I turn it on, I don't know if it then kind of messes up the audio, if you know what I mean. So these are the sacrifices I make. I'm burning here for everyone, but it's all good. I'll survive. DM Resells disagrees. Says non-Premier League club, Bundesliga or Italy can be a bit strange with loans, e.g. Walker. Yeah. Do you not feel like that the Italian league is perhaps a bit too slow, or is that a stereotype? Bundesliga club, I hear. I mean, I think he would have been great for Dortmund before they got Job Bellingham, but unfortunately, I think they're going to cash in and take the money. Real Scouser will miss Kelleher. He was a great talent, but he didn't get much game time. Yeah. Have you seen the new third goalkeeper we've signed? Like from, I don't know, some Preston or something, but he looks pretty terrible. Yeah, so we've signed a new third goalkeeper who's English, and I appreciate he was signed basically to make up the quota, but yeah, just looking at him and I was like, oh, Kelleher. That's it. Michael's mentioned it there. Freddie Woodman. I appreciate he's the third keeper and Kelleher was the second and Mamadashvili is going to be the second. So I appreciate the numbers don't quite line up. But even then, I was watching some of the highlights and I was like, really? This guy? But I've got a feeling that he's just making up the quota. And if it ever came to having to field a third goalkeeper, I've got a feeling it will be Armin Pexi instead. Let's hope so. Lala says we now need a striker on this and a centre back and a defensive midfielder. Yeah, like speaking from like it's like you read my mind. It's like you read my mind. Like those are the three I want. Striker. In order as well. I like the order because for me you've also got that in priority order. So I think that the top priority is the striker, the second priority is the centre back, and the third priority is defensive midfielder. Who would you get? Andy says in Germany you don't find any community like this. Wow, they're missing out. They're missing out. It's good fun. We have people from like lots of different countries here, so it's always enjoyable. Leo says that because Alisson is too good, to be honest, it was better for his career. Yeah. I think unfortunately, Kelleher was never. Kelleher was like never gonna get ahead of Alisson, unfortunately. So it's just one of those things, I guess. Let's see. We've signed 3 new goalies: Mamadashvili, Pexi, and Woodman. Very true. Oh yeah. I appreciate Mamadashvili was last year, but for the purposes of what is the first season he's gonna play, it's gonna be 25-26. I mean, hopefully that's goalkeeper sorted out for the next few years. Mansoor says Mark Guehi next Liverpool signing. What are your opinions on that? I'd be quite happy with that, because he's rumored to be like £30 million, right? Because he's in the last year of his deal with Crystal Palace, so he's rumored to go for cheap. He's an England international. He's 24. We're swapping him for Konza, if you think about the logistics. So I think with that in mind, it seems like a smart deal. Leo says that we're turning into Goalkeeper FC. Yeah, let's stick a goalkeeper up front. Let's see if he can score. I say that Alisson does score, so it's probably not that silly when you think about it. Real Scouser says it's very unlikely, but I'm happy we're still talking about signing Isak because that would be unbelievable. Yeah. With the Isak thing, it's a bit weird because no major denials have kind of come out, if you know what I mean, which makes me think that there is a bit of smoke there. There's the whole thing as well about his wages, where Newcastle can't offer him the high wages because of PSR. So I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance that we get him. But I feel like Isak needs to put pressure on Newcastle now for that move to happen. So I feel like the ball is in his court. Hi Emma, how you doing? Anyone watching under 21's final? I saw the score earlier. I saw that Elliott scored, but if you're watching it, you'll have to keep us updated. It's probably better than the game I'm watching. It's the Chelsea game. probably should have watched the under 21s instead. Boris says hello. Unfortunately, I fractured my leg. Ouch. Hope you're okay. But yeah, hope you make a quick recovery with that. Sorry to hear that. Michael says if you played FM a good few years ago, you've heard of Woodman. Okay, I not the last one, because they didn't make an FM this year, didn't they? Because they messed up, because they're rebuilding the engine and they messed it up. So the latest one is 24. I bought 24, but I didn't really play it. And the reason for that is I played 23 a lot. So I played 23 a lot, and then I bought 24, and I was like, I can't be bothered to spend another year doing this. But 23, if he's good in that, I might need to go back and buy him. He sounds like a good cheap option. Durwood says hi, Harry. Oh yeah, Harry says hello. How are you? I'm good. Not too bad. It's far too hot. I've got an air conditioner, like a portable one, and I just sat in that room the entire day. To be honest with you, I made a YouTube short. I was doing some data work because I didn't want to go outside, and I made like a YouTube short of like top goal scorers. It's on TikTok as well, of like top goal scorers this season. I thought it came out pretty good. But yeah, that's what I did today. But yeah, I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Happy days, says Harvey Elliott's price tag has gone up. So yeah, happy days is quite relevant for Harvey Elliott's price tag gone up. Great Euros, yeah. I was saying something very similar. How much do you think it's gone up by? Is 10 million a ludicrous suggestion, or do you think that's fair? I think 10 million. Divya Jun Rautela says Nickel Kamat indeed. Michael says the Kelleher is good enough to go and be another team's number one. Yeah, he deserves to be a number one. I think he came through I know Liverpool bought him from an Irish team when he was younger, but essentially, kind of Liverpool bought him from essentially he's a Liverpool youth team player. Even though Liverpool bought him, he was part of the youth setup. He's been loyal. He's been on low wages. I think it's fair. I think the club did the right thing by him. Number one, by letting him go, and number two, by letting him go for a reasonable price, not pricing him out of a move. So hopefully he succeeds. Real Scouser says, "Do you think Wirtz will be one of our best midfielders ever?" That's lofty. I mean, that's a lofty expectation. I mean, you've got Stevie G, you got Graham Souness. There's lots of good midfielders. I hope so. Let's see. From my perspective, and I don't know if this is weird, I don't have too high expectations. I just want him to settle, and the season after, I'll have higher expectations, I think. How you doing, Dayan? Bino get turns to Chelsea. How do you feel about that? You happy about that as a signing? Michael says Guehi might end up being Konate's long-term replacement. Yeah, I've heard. What are you guys' thoughts on Konate? There's some people saying if he doesn't sign this year, sell him right now to PSG. But there's some other people saying just keep him for a year, let him go on a free, and then sort it out afterwards. Oh, it's on Channel 4, the under 21s. I might need to check that out on the old catch up a bit later. Jay Francine, how you doing? How are you, Toady, today? I'm good. Just feeling really hot. How are you? Dad of Boys says, hi, do Liverpool fans prioritize Isak or genuinely believe they get him? Prioritize him, yes, in terms of he'd be the dream signing. But do I genuinely, I don't speak to for everyone, do I genuinely think I would get him? Probably not. What I don't want Liverpool to do, and what I don't think they do, is if they can't get Isak, don't then waste the money on like a Gyökeres. I'd rather they save the money for next time. Maybe get somebody cheaper in, but like, I think if they want Isak now with 3 years left, they'll really want him next year with 2 years left. At which time he might be a bit more obtainable. So yeah, there's a chance. I'd say. But yeah, what do you think? Harry says, I've been helping my dad and it was roasting, but now I'm in my cool room. Very nice. Very nice. It's crazy hot, man. I can't lie. Emma says Harvey has done amazing. He has. He's done himself proud. He seems to score in every single game, and he just feels like a level above and a class above. So he's done fantastically well. Just trying to catch up here. Nader says, who do you think's going to win the Club World Cup? Probably PSG. But I don't mind that. I need to see Kvaratskhelia up against Trent. Up against 66, sorry. Leo says, I feel like Isak wants to move. I feel like he wants to move as well. But at this point, like, Liverpool are saying, hey, we're interested in buying you. And Isak wants to come, but Newcastle are saying, no, we don't want to sell you. So if Isak really wants to come, he needs to have a word with Newcastle. Like the balls in his court. P5 AM. It's very rare for Liverpool to buy other Premier League captains. Can you name some where Liverpool have bought a captain? Adam Lallana. Was Adam Lallana a captain of Southampton when we signed him? Surprised I got that so quickly. I think it's because he retired the other day, so he's fresh in my head. Adam Lallana was a captain. Was Endo a captain of Stuttgart? Szoboszlai. I don't know if Szoboszlai was just the national captain. But yeah, I'll go with Adam Lallana. Do you think Szoboszlai will get much game time because of Wirtz? I don't know, to be honest. I literally don't know what's going to happen. That's why I'm so intrigued to kind of see what happens in pre-season. There's a chance Szoboszlai will play deeper, but do you put Szoboszlai in place of McAllister? No. Do you put Szoboszlai in place of Gravenberch? No. So what's going to happen? I'm intrigued. Oh yeah, I'm worried. I'm already worried. Can't lie. 31 degrees on Monday. I'm not made for that. Look, you're already making me itch my neck, Harry, out of being agitated at how hot it is. But yeah, I'll be prepared. I've got a room set up in my house. I've got an air conditioner, and I've got a fan to the right of me, and I've got a fan to the left of me, and I just sit there for 8 hours. So that's the plan for Monday. Oh God, I got work on Monday. Well, I'm working from home, but even then, it's not ideal. Hello, I don't know what that says, but I hope you're well. Fabio Vieira was an Arsenal CR7. Would you go that far? I know Fabio Vieira is one of your favorite players, Fish, but would you go that far? Michael Moon, who are your personal top 5 favorite Liverpool players ever? Steven Gerrard's number 1. Steven Gerrard's number 1. I don't know if the remaining would go in position 2 to 5, if you know what I mean. But other players I liked Suarez. I liked Torres. I liked Mohamed Sissoko. I thought he was pretty good. I liked Steve Finnan. I liked Adam Lallana, we were talking about earlier. Mascherano, even though he wasn't there for that long. Fabio Aurelio was quite good. John Arisa quite liked. As a kid, I really liked Bjorn Tor Kavama, and I don't know why. I think it was just his name. I really liked him. Yeah. Igor Biscan. Quite liked a bit of him. Patrick Berger. I don't know if you remember him. Ooh, just cleared off the line. But yeah, too many to name. Durwood says, did you see Pogba crying when he signed for Monaco? I can't believe he's back. No, I haven't seen that. I saw a picture of him in the Monaco shirt, but I just didn't read it. Like I just scrolled past it. I was like, okay. But I mean, if he was crying, that's quite the strong reaction. I might have to go back and see that. You're the champion streamer. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Doing my best to keep up with comments, but they're going in very fast. Is it Sean? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Do you think Frimpong will succeed at Liverpool? I think he'll succeed, yeah. I think Slot will change the system to accommodate him. Andy's quote, don't ever come back to your something, just like trees. If you see the same tree in a wood twice, you're lost. Yeah, it's quite poetic. That is quite poetic. We will say that to Mr. 66 when he's begging to come back very soon. JP says, what's the last game that you went to? Well, the next game I'm going to is perhaps more interesting. Is the Liverpool versus Bilbao game, 4th of August. It's actually a double header. So there's a 5 o'clock kickoff and there's an 8 o'clock kickoff. So I'm looking forward. I got 2 for the price of 1. So yeah, that's the next one. Looking forward to that. I cannot lie. Hammer says, "Do you think Wirtz will sign?" Nah, I don't think so. I think he'll stay at Leverkusen. How do you feel about Kwanzaa being sold? I'm fine with it. He was a decent player, but for me, and I've caught some flack for this in the past. For me, I don't appreciate his Instagram messages and things, but again, that's probably just my age. But like for me, he never had the raw pace that I think he need to kind of succeed in Liverpool defense. So I'm fine with him being sold, and I'm fine with there being a buyback clause in there. Emma says, get rid of Konate if he doesn't want to sign. Yeah, I'm more in that boat, to be fair, in terms of let's sort out the situation this summer, put a contract on the table. If he doesn't want to sign, send him to PSG. Matt Thomas says that Newcastle aren't going to sell Isak. Most likely not, because he's their prized possession. They took the risk to sign him, because £60 million is a lot for a random Swedish striker. So they took the risk to sign him. So I understand if there's hesitancy from them to kind of sign him. Will they be forced to sign him because of PSR and all that kind of nonsense? Who knows? Emma says, I agree. I think he'll stay at Newcastle this season. Yeah, I'm more inclined to think he'll stay there, to be fair. What number do you think Wirtz will be? Okay, here's my controversial take. Controversial take is Diaz is going to get sold, and then Wirtz is going to be the number 7. P5am with the other side of the argument, which I also understand, is just keep Konate for one more season. He's on a lower wage, and there's less disruptions in the defense, because the defense is already being disrupted. You got a new right back, you got a new left back, your third choice centre back is also gone in Kwanzaa. So keep him to reduce the disruption. I understand that as well. What do you think of my quote? Very poetic. When Trent asks to come back, we will recite that to him. Yeah, Mark Guehi. I'd be excited for him. I can't lie. Do you think Robbo will leave? Says Real Scouse. I thought he would, but now it looks like he's not. But let's see. Dad of boys, why do people think Isak wants to come? Look at his statements. Maybe Big Six arrogance. I don't know if it's arrogance as such. Quite often players say one thing and then kind of do the other thing. Like Fabian Delph said, I've committed my future. I've committed my future to Aston Villa Football Club. And then 2 days later, he was in a Man City shirt. So I do think Liverpool would be a attractive proposition for him. I guess the kind of flip side is I still think Newcastle are still very attractive as well. So does he want to rock the boat and upset Newcastle fans who are passionate and are good fans on a whole? Does he want to do that, or like it's up to him? It's up to him, but it's a risk either way. Yeah, and Michael's saying Isak's got to put in a formal transfer request. Yeah. It's tricky. It's a tricky situation. The ball. I think the ball is firmly in Isak's court. Emma says they're not so good on Channel 4. Why are England losing? I'm gonna check. The score. Squander 2 lead. How did they squander a 2-0 lead? Look at this. It's 2-2 now. It was 2-0 when we started. And then this guy here, John Murray, is saying right now Germany are on top and England are having to dig deep. Damn, is this a final? I said they better not lose another final. Hi Seven said you're going to be 31 on Monday. I hope. No, it's going to be 31 degrees on Monday, which is terrible. It's no Salah. More like it's no salad, but close enough. What the Celtic thoughts on Tierney at Celtic? Yeah, good player, good left back. I think he can continue to add a lot of value. Sonny says, "My brother in Christ, I'm back." And I read the second half. I read the second half this time just to see the Ronaldo hatred. Who do you think will go through? Benfica versus Chelsea. Not Penaldo for sure. He is crying in the expensive sewers of Saudi. Must be gold. Must be because he announced his stay until 2027. Yeah, you won't have your favorite players not here. In terms of these two, honest opinion is I don't care. whoever, they're passing it around. Is that what's his name? Colville. Probably Chelsea if I'm honest, but let's see. Appreciate that as always, and again I have no idea what that says. It could be the nicest thing in the world, it could be an insult, but I appreciate it either way. Yeah, that's the thing. Like with football players, like you can't take them on their word. They're all I don't know if integrity is the right word, but like if a player says, "Yeah, I'm staying here forever," it's like you're not. Footies Tato. Wirtz will play in a Firmino role. So in this system, Wirtz is basically the striker who's gonna come deep. In that system, I like the Frimpong. Frimpong with overlap. You'd move Mo to the middle, but hold on. In this system, Wirtz is in the middle, and Salah is also in the middle. So are you playing with two strikers, or what's? Or are you saying Salah is still the right winger, but he's inside a little bit, and Frimpong is providing that width? Is that what you're saying? But you'd keep Szoboszlai in the system. Fair enough. Some great shouts. Thank you. Appreciate that. Geet says, "Do you think Man United will sign Mbeumo? Possibly. They seem to be creeping closer to the kind of desired asking price. Mbeumo's a shrewd signing, and I think it shows a difference in approach. Because I think in previous years, Man United, they'd always go for the Hollywood signing, like the Zlatan Ibrahimovic or your Falcao or your Rafael Varane. Like, they'd always go for the Hollywood signing. They're not doing that now, which is good for them and perhaps bad for everyone else. Fish says, is Mikel Merino the new Cesc Fabregas? Probably not, to be fair. Dad of Boys says, I think Isak will go, but the assumption he's dying to go to Liverpool. Yeah, I don't think he's dying to go to Liverpool. I think Newcastle is still an amazing project with an amazing fan base and an amazing stadium, and also in the Champions League. I don't think he's dying to go to Liverpool. I think his preference might be, I think he'd prefer to be at Liverpool, but would he prefer to be at the Liverpool to the point where he's willing to rock the boat at Newcastle? Who knows? It says, yeah, I was just messing. There was a comment earlier. It said, do you think Wirtz is going to sign? I was like, oh, I don't know. Probably not. That's me. That's my problem. I say sarcastic things with a straight face, and then people think I'm being serious. PSG versus Inter. That would be good. Can't lie, that would be good. Michael saying a mad one with Konate. If he contributes and we retain the Premier League, then he leaves for free. Worth it, right? Yeah. And I think the benefit to that is then you reduce your risk this year, because there's a certain degree of risk in what has already happened. You got a new right back, you got a new left back, you're going to get a new third choice defender. So think about it this way, yeah? There's 4 defensive positions, and let's add on the backup defender in Kwanzaa, yeah? So there's 5. You've changed Trent to Kwanzaa. Sorry, you've changed Trent to Frimpong. You've changed Robertson to Kerkez. You've changed Kwanzaa to Guehi. Let's pretend. If you also let Konate go, you're changing 4 of the 5. So you're changing 80%. Quite quick maths there. You're changing 80% of your back line. I understand. I understand the argument. Just Leo says, I think that was in response to Dad of Boys there. DB LFC talks with Guehi have begun. I think as soon as Kwanzaa leaves, we'll get the fee to buy Guehi. I see that. Christian says, buonasera. How you doing, Christian? How's life in Italy, in Como? I hope you're well. Sonny says something, but he doesn't hate on Ronaldo at the end. What's going on? And he said, Wirtz will play false 9. Is it even possible? Unlike Ronaldo, who can't play any position. That's what I would have expected. Is Wirtz ready for the constant drop back and occasional attack? Who knows? Like, my kind of brain is saying, it feels a bit risky to buy the best number 10 or one of the best number 10s and instantly play him in a different position. But that's why we need to see what happens in pre-season. Congrats to Diogo Jota, says Jay Fanzine. In what context? Let me know. Who was the greatest false 9? Messi was the most successful one, but other than Messi, who can you name? Roberto Firmino? Or is that being biased? I mean, false 9 is like a newish thing, right? There weren't really many false 9s back in the day. It was always the archetypal, stereotypical 9. I'd put Firmino in there. I'm trying to think who else was there really who did that. I'm probably forgetting somebody obvious, but I'm sure you guys will let me know. Charlie with 4 E's says Suarez is the best striker in Premier League history. I do think he's underrated. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Isak seems quite humble, and I don't know if he'd be willing to rock the boat. And if he doesn't want to rock the boat, that's fine. Like, if he says, you know what, I feel at home with the Newcastle fans. They've treated me respectfully. They're always there for me. I want to stay. I'll be like, fair enough. I mean, You'll go down as a legend. In 10 years, you won't be playing, but you'll have the love of like an entire city. So I understand. Top six prediction. Top six prediction for next season. Liverpool. Again, I don't know if this is in order. Well, I think Liverpool will win it. But Liverpool will be there. Chelsea will be there. Arsenal will be there. Man City will be there. Newcastle will be there. And the sixth, I might need to think about. Oliveira or Ilya Topuria, says Che Wanza. Probably Topuria, because he seems to be on a bit of a roll after what he did to Holloway and what he did to Volkanovski. So Topuria's got the confidence. It'll be interesting to see what happens if it goes to the ground. Obviously, Oliveira is a very good grappler. Apparently, Topuria is a good grappler as well. But I think Topuria will probably knock him out on the feet, probably. But yeah, what do you think? Thoughts on Rangers signing Max Aarons? Is this the right back that used to play for Norwich? Back in the day, he was amazing. I'll be honest, I haven't been too up to date with him recently, so I don't want to say something that I don't know. But back in the day, he was amazing, so that's a positive. Can't lie, that's a positive. Richard, any news about Guehi or Isak? Nothing concrete, if I'm honest. That's the perfect way to sum up. Nothing concrete, nothing factual. There's a lot of back and forth with journalists and journalists trying to get clicks and like, oh, click here, Isak news, and then you click on it and it says Isak would love to play, and I'm like, that was clickbait. But if I'm honest, nothing concrete. Arighty said, changing 4 of the 5 is a risk, but Liverpool did change the midfield and was successful. That's a fair point. That's a very good point, I think. And I think even though Liverpool are changing 4 of the 5, the most important part is the one that's staying. So I think that's a fair counter point there. False 9 Firmino, greater than false 9 Messi from a United fan. I hear that. Freddie says, you lot not getting Isak off us. Yeah, I doubt it. To be fair. And I almost don't want him to, as weird as it is, I don't want him to put in a transfer request, because I think the Newcastle fans, like, they kind of love him. They kind of idolize him. And he's got like the love of an entire city. So I kind of don't want to see him. And he doesn't seem like a character who would, but I don't want to see him put in a transfer request, because it would just, it just wouldn't end well. If he leaves, I want it to be some sort of amicable thing where everyone's happy and it's a happy ending for everyone. That might come next year, but let's see. Emma says, was Robbie Fowler a number 9? He was. He was a number 9. He was a striker. More like a stereotypical number 9 rather than a false 9. But yeah, it was good. He was number 23, and then when Ian Rush left, then he got the number 9 shirt. But yeah, he was a striker. Isak listened to Haaland motto: "Be humble, eh?" Unlike Arsenal, who are ready for another blockbuster Phase 7 with 0 trophies. I'm a bit concerned for them. I can't lie, because all year we've been hearing that they need to buy a striker, and what do? Buy another defender. It's a bit odd. JB says, anything about West Ham transfer? Possibly. I haven't been keeping up to date with West Ham, but I can try having a look for you in a bit. Sunny says, is Jack Wilshere still playing? The man was the GOAT of FIFA 12. Yeah, back in those days, he was like the top wonder kid, wasn't he? On FIFA 12, I don't know if we had Football Manager 12. Yeah, I think we did Football Manager 2012. because it was Championship Manager 4, Championship Manager 5, and then Sports Interactive. They didn't change it to Football Manager. So yeah, in the Football Manager, he was very good as well. But he had his injuries, and then he never quite lived up to his potential. Dad of Boys says, why are some fans getting concerned about signings? It's very very early. It is very very early. What team specifically are you referring to? Would it be Arsenal potentially? I think it's based on them kind of seeing other teams be proactive. So Liverpool have been very proactive, Chelsea have been very proactive, and I think when you see that, it naturally it causes a bit of anxiety. Potted out says, hope he joins you lot. I hope he joins too. I hope he joins too, but I hope it happens in the right way. Today Como Football Club took Rodriguez from Betis, 28 million. Nice. How do you feel about that, Christian? Do you think it's do you think that's a good signing? Are you happy with that? Happy with the price, or are you a bit apprehensive? Sonny says, false nine Messi. Of course, there's what happened to the Ronaldo hatred? False nine Messi. Of course, you're a United fan. I know the constant banter has gotten to your head. Go check the stats and Ballon d'Ors and call me when Roberto has at least one Ballon d'Or. Damn, why is Firmino catching strays here? I appreciate the point he was making was that Firmino false nine was superior, but Firmino's gonna be reading that, sitting there and be like, "What did I do? I didn't do anything." No name. It says this will be Arsenal's best ever summer. Do you reckon? Do you reckon? Because they don't seem to be particularly proactive. Who would Arsenal get to constitute that as the best ever summer? Who in particular? Because they don't really seem to be making any moves. It's a bit peculiar. Newcastle fans says Dad of Boys. PSR rules and our finances expectations are unrealistic for instant signings. Oh right, I hear you. I think Newcastle, they were linked with like a triple swoop, weren't they? There was like James Trafford, there was João Pedro. Yeah, there was somebody else, a third one. But I think Newcastle, with the right signings, they'll do very well next year. Emma says, I've never seen older looking Germans than they're under 21. Do they all look about 40? It must be the hot weather in Germany. I went to Germany last year. And it was like 20 degrees in England, and when I got to Germany it was 35 degrees. So the sun must like age. I know the sun does age you in general. It must be all the sun that they get. Sonny says Arsenal fans should be anxious because they know another 3 sets of defenders are joining the club. I hear you, and it's weird. Like, why are they linked? Why are they linked with that Valencia defender? They've got a gazillion defenders already. You know, they got Gabriel, they got Saliba, they got Ben White, they got Timber, they got Calafiori, they got Zinchenko. Is Tomiyasu still there? Like, how many defenders do you need? It's genuinely perplexing. Like, I don't even support Arsenal, but I genuinely find it the kind of bizarrest thing I've ever seen. Arteta out, says AFC Dave. Arteta in, I say. But I genuinely think he's the bottleneck that's holding them back at this point. If we get Gyökeres and Rodrigo, it will be very unlikely. Yeah, I mean, Arteta signing 2 forward players is a bit bizarre. I can't lie. What's happening with Gabriel Jesus? Surely you need to get rid of him, because he seems to be perpetually injured, but also on very high wages. I don't know if Mr. Gabriel Jesus is skewing what you can do from a PSR perspective. Who knows? Jay Fancine says, who's going to win the Champions League next season? I'd love to say it would be Liverpool. I don't think it will be. Probably PSG again. But I think Liverpool will get further this time around. Emma says, my husband is an Arsenal fan. Great at our house. Yeah. I'm sure there's no awkward moments at all when Liverpool win the league. Alright then, says Liverpool will come 8th this season. Too many egos in the squad. Really? I wouldn't say Liverpool don't strike me as an ego kind of testicle club, to be fair. If anything, it's the opposite. Because if you think about it, like a random bold manager turned up who nobody knew, who everyone said was going to be rubbish. And if you had egos in the squad, he wouldn't have succeeded because he's just a random bold guy from Netherlands. So surely the evidence says it's not an egotistical squad, given that they, played their socks off for a random bold guy. Christian says Fabregas is top manager in Como Football Club. Yeah, you're a big fan of Fabregas, Christian. What do you like about him? What do you like about him specifically? Tactically, do you think he's very good? Sonny says, what's there to support? It's coming home when England football team are practically homeless. Yeah, they can't lose this now because like they were 2-0 up. They were 2-0 up and now it's 2-2. I've just got the if you want to see it. What more can you say, eh? He's still injured. Gabriel Jesus spends more times injured than he does on the pitch. Runnerman Steve, how you doing? Oh, 100%. If I could write something on my gravestone or tattoo something on my head, it would be this thing right here. Gyökeres is not the striker people think he is. He will not have the same time and space in the Premier League. I 100% agree with you. I think his figures are kind of representative of the kind of situation that he's in and the team that he's in and the league that he's in. Conversely, when I say, okay, Gyökeres, he scores lots of goals in the Portuguese league, just like a certain Uruguayan. But what are his strengths? Like, what is he good at? And will he adapt to the Premier League, to a faster league, to a stronger league? I don't think so. For me, it's a case of people just saw, striker scores lots of goals, therefore buy striker. Whereas I don't think I really don't think he's all that great. That's kind of why, like, from my perspective, if Isak's available, Liverpool should buy him. If Alvarez is available, Liverpool should buy him. But if it's neither of those two, save your money. Save your money, buy someone next time. The other flip side is, I believe Gyökeres has a release clause. So if Liverpool wanted him, they would have sorted it already. Like Frimpong. Frimpong had a release clause, we want him, sorted. But Gyökeres, there just seems to be like little rumors here and there, but never anything concrete. No name says I was gonna say Jesus. Jesus is more of a playmaker than number 9, so he should be on the wing, yes, or anywhere on the pitch and not in the hospital. Runnerman Steve said better than the last random bold man from Holland. Yeah, that's the thing, because those were the comparisons at the time. Everyone was like, they're just getting Ten Hag. Really, another Ten Hag? So the kind of my point earlier was, that shows that this Liverpool squad doesn't have, and I'd say if they have an ego, it doesn't change anything about me, but it shows that they don't have an ego because they played for this guy. Yeah, Trent had an ego. Yeah, again, not the biggest. If we were to rank egos, I feel like Bellingham is a lot more egotistical than Trent is, but Trent did. Yeah. What do you think of Mbeumo? Good player. Good player. I'm a bit worried that Man United are targeting him because they're not going for the Hollywood signings anymore. You know, they used to go for the Rafael Varane, the Casemiro, the Hollywood. They're getting like a good technical player who's going to want to take the next step up. So he's good. Pick one other manager in the league other than Slot or Guardiola to manage Liverpool. Maybe Iraola, perhaps like Iraola or someone like that. Sunny says, if Liverpool come 8th, I will declare that I love Ronaldo. BS, the lowest is 3rd because we lost second no matter what. I love how like Sunny's comments always have like some sort of dig at the end. I find it highly amusing. I can't lie. Jay Fancina misses Liverpool. Me too. There's only 2 weeks left until the 13th now, so not too long. Dan says defo right. Yeah, there's a reason the Liverpool, Madrid, and Barcelona's aren't interested. Yeah, I mean 100%. Like he's there, he's available, he's got a release clause. And even the Chelsea's to a certain degree. Chelsea did a lot of their business early. But even Chelsea were like, we need a striker, but we don't want that one. Remember the same statement was given by many Man City haters for Haaland, and then Haaland went on to do a treble that none of the Premier League teams has done besides Man U. Very true, very true. Yeah, Gyökeres is pretty overrated. Dad of Boys is a Newcastle fan. Isak's great, but is he worth 120 million? Because he's Henry-esque after 2 seasons. I don't think anyone's worth 120 million. Unfortunately, I think it's the market that we're in now. I'm sure people have had this conversation for the last 20 years. 10 years ago, they'd be saying, I don't think Fernando Torres is worth 50 million, but it's just the market we're in now. But unfortunately, I think prices quite often are dictated by prices that other players went for. So it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Shawnee says, would avoid him at all costs. Look at the trouble he's caused at Sporting. Yeah. Thankfully, I think Liverpool are avoiding him because I think they would have sorted him earlier. Because he seems to be one who's, I wouldn't say desperate for a move, but he seems to be someone who's available. So I think given he had a degree of availability, if Liverpool wanted him, they would have jumped on that similar time as Frimpong. Gyökeres just needs a good provider. He's good to go. He won't win the Golden Boot, but he'll do okay. Yeah, probably okay in the right team. Runnerman Steve says Germany hit the bar last minute. Come on, England. Damn. Extra time now. That was a few minutes ago. Extra time it is, it says. England, who are coasting at 2-0. Breather. Huge sigh of relief. I see Mr. Elliott is still playing, so there's always hope. Bit of a bizarre formation. 4-4-1-1, but you got Jeremy Beadle in goal. Watch out, Beadle's about. He's about in the goal. Jeremy Beadle. Oh, God. Hard but delete one. Saliba or Van Dijk. Delete Saliba. That was quite easy. July 1st onwards, we'll see more transfer movement as a new PSR window. Yeah, and apparently the rules are going to change next year with respect to kind of PSR. So there's a rumor that's why lots of clubs are trying to do their business now, because the rules are going to be a lot more restrictive next year. I don't know that for a fact. I was just reading something the other day. I perhaps need to look into that a bit more, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Dad of Boys, is PSR fair or do we need to adapt to it? Clubs who spent before it have a legacy advantage. They do. I controversial, but it feels like it's designed in such a way to keep the big clubs as the big clubs. Like if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be furious. It's again, I don't know the extent details of it, but it's positioned in such a way that you can only spend what you earn. But then didn't Man City get in there before that? Man City got in before the rules, but Newcastle got in after the rules. So in some ways, Newcastle are not being afforded the advantage that Man City had. It doesn't affect me too much as a Liverpool fan because we only spend relatively little anyway. But if I was a fan of another team, I'd be a bit angry. I'd be of the mindset that it's a cabal that is designed to keep the big clubs at the top. That's probably the viewpoint I would have. So I understand where people are coming from. Is Archie Gray not playing? I didn't see. He's on the bench there, number 14. Oh, I don't know if you can say it. He's on the bench there. And he has not come on. Zanzi says, Zoran, is that new? I have no clue who Zoran is, but I'm willing to say yes, that is me. Napoli might not get Nunes now. Thoughts? Yeah, I saw that. Apparently they've moved on to a Juventus striker. To be honest, I never felt like Napoli were offering the big bucks, if you know what I mean. So hopefully we can sell Nunes to Saudi and get a bit more cash. Delete one. Van Dijk or Salah. Oh, for God's sake, you have to make these a bit hard. I'd delete Salah. Controversial. The reason why I delete Salah is there's an argument Suarez was better, but from a centre-back perspective, I don't think anyone was better than Van Dijk. And from a midfield perspective, I don't think anyone was better than Gerrard. So with that in mind, I delete Salah. Ryan says, I think the rule has changed. The smaller clubs outside the Champions League can spend more. Oh, nice. Okay, interesting. I need to look into it a bit more. But the way the rules are now, they do seem skewed a bit towards the traditional kind of big six. So I understand the concerns that people would have regarding it now being a lot more difficult for other clubs to break into that. Runnerman Steve says, City before rules, same way Glazers in before the ownership rule changed Glazers out, but has also provided an update, England 3-2. Steve is running so fast that he's ahead of BBC. We should call Runnerman Steve the Flash, because that's how fast he runs. There we go, refreshed it. Yeah, Emma is also saying it's better now. Yeah. 3-2, nice. Let's hope they hold on. Because so it was 2-0 and then 2-2 and now 3-2. Yeah, let's hope they hold on to that. Would you Farhan, would you choose the 1920 kit or the 24-25 kit? Well, this is the 24-25. Which one was the 1920 again? Oh, that was the one where we won the Premier League the first time. Yeah, this one. I prefer this one to that one, to the New Balance one. Ashley says, a big Harvey Elliott fan. Do you think he's moving? I think so, yes. I think they'll want to... Everyone's like, oh my God, Liverpool spent so much money on Wirtz, but Liverpool always claw that money back. And I think Elliott will be part of the logic to claw the money back. Because I think Michael Edwards would probably have had to have presented a business case to FSG, right? Say, look, hi FSG, I want to spend 110 million on Wirtz, but in the same position we can recoup 50, and in another position we can recoup another 50. So I think they will sell him to recoup some of the Wirtz money. Dad of Boys says the best away fans at Anfield. I've never been there. You should go. It's a nice stadium. It's not too big. Which is what I like about it. I'm going next month for the Bilbao pre-season game, but yeah, it's nice stadium. Not too big. Like Wembley feels like it's too big. I've never been St James's Park. That's probably bigger as well, to be fair. But yeah, Anfield's good. It's nice. Sunny says, who cares about Champions League or European titles? The last I heard, Emirates doesn't have a European trophy cabinet. Yeah, I guess there wouldn't be much need for one, I guess. Maureen says, what do you think about the Kerkez signing, Wirtz and Frimpong signing? I mean, super happy about all three. I think Kerkez and Frimpong in particular will be rapid, running up and down the left wing. They'll be running as fast as runner man Steve up and down the left wing. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think teams will struggle to cope with that, because we'll still have Salah, we'll still have Gakpo, we'll have a new striker, but then additionally there's these two guys at the back who are running at you. I think it's going to be... I'd be scared coming up against that. And Wirtz, yeah. Again, Szoboszlai did well, but I think his final ball was lacking to a certain degree last year, and I think Wirtz will improve on that. He's a lot more of an intelligent player. He's less physical than Szoboszlai, so I don't know how that's going to impact us, but we've got more physicality now with Frimpong and Wirtz, so maybe as a net figure we'll be better off. Sunny says, I know I bash Arsenal a lot, but how good was the so-called Invincibles? Because they were a complete calamity in the Champions Leagues and the Cups. Yeah, was it like 2003, 2004? I mean, it's an impressive achievement to a certain degree, but I'd rather not be invincible. I'd rather win a Premier League and a Champions League, like with losses in the Premier League, than be invincible. But yeah, it's but then some Arsenal fans would say we love being invincible. It makes us unique, because everyone's got different opinions. Olympic Stadium is a horrible stadium, no soul. Yeah, a lot of these stadiums, they feel like I was going to say they feel like a computer game, but even computer games these days are quite realistic. They feel like computer games from like 10 years ago. I mean, it just feels like it was made in IKEA type of thing. I say that in a room that's full of IKEA stuff. That mirror's from IKEA. This desk I'm on is from IKEA, so I probably shouldn't use that example. J Fan Scene says Liverpool breeds number 10 greatness. Yeah. Hopefully we can improve Wirtz as well, because he's only 22. He's only 22. Dad of Boys, Bournemouth selling half their defense. I think worrying for them and sad they have to do it. Yeah. Kerkez gone, Howson gone. I guess the positive is they'll have are people eating fried chicken in the crowd? What's going on? People eating fried chicken in the crowd there. Yeah, they will have money available, so I guess that's a positive, but money's no guarantee, so let's see what happens. User 786311295. If Nunes can't be sold due to lack of suitors, I think Liverpool don't sign. You think they keep Nunes? Please no. Like if Nunes can't be sold, just reduce the asking price down. You know, sometimes you're selling something on eBay and no one wants to buy it, and then when the auction finishes, it's like, do you want to relist for £5 less? Please relist Darwin Nunes for £5 million less. Don't. It's not gonna work. We've tried it for 3 years. It ain't gonna work. Runnerman Steve is ready with Soonest energy for Wirtz. Is that from Man United? We should be concerned then. Soonest was a bit of a difficult character. NZ says you sound like small to Jannah. Very nice, very nice. Maureen says, you watching any football today? Yeah, the Chelsea Benfica game. I'm watching the Chelsea Benfica game, as in the match. But Runnerman, Steve, and Emma are watching the England game, so I've got that on the score just to kind of on BBC just to kind of keep updated. I mean, apparently it's on Channel 4. I could put it on, but then it is what it is. Vertified fence. I honestly think St James's Park is better than Anfield. Fair enough. St James's Park is a good stadium. What do you like about St James's Park in particular? It is a good stadium. Like it's one of the best stadiums. So if some people say St James's Park is better, I'm like, fair enough. I understand. At least an Olympic Stadium is standing while Old Trafford is going through. They need to sort out that roof. I mean, there's money available now in the budget. Just get a roof. It's not even that hard to fix a roof. Like, it's probably not tiles on the roof. It's probably some other material. Just stick a bit of filler on. Stick a bit of silicone. Like, literally, stick a bit of silicone on. Silicone's waterproof. I've got some in that wardrobe, literally. You'll get no more rain coming in. Armani says, who are you tipping for the title next season? I would tip Liverpool. Partly because Liverpool did very well last year and they've improved, whereas the other teams I don't feel like have improved significantly. In terms of teams that I'm worried about, it would be Chelsea, it would be Newcastle. That doesn't mean they'd finish second and third, but those are just two teams I'd be slightly concerned about. Dad of boys, can Slot improve players like Howes did with Joe Linton, who improved under him last year? I'd probably say Ryan Gravenberch is the main one. So Gravenberch was pretty much an outcast under Jurgen Klopp. Bench player. Got a few minutes here, a few minutes there, a few minutes in the cup. People were saying Gravenberch is rubbish, sell him, he's pants, he's atrocious. Soon as Slot came in, he said, I'm not going to buy a defensive midfielder. I'm going to convert this random Dutch guy called Gravenberch, who's on the bench. I'm going to bring him back and I'm going to teach him some things and make him into a defensive midfielder. And Gravenberch has been one of our best players this year. And he even won Young Player of the Year for the Premier League. So I think Gravenberch would be the most obvious one there, probably. Armani says, if you can't sell Nunes, send him on loan now. I'm in the sell camp, man. If you send him on loan, he's gonna come back, and then we're just moving a problem later. And then again, I feel a bit harsh calling him a problem. But then we're gonna have to sell him next year, and then he'll have less time left on the contract. But I'd sell him this year. Just keep on reducing the asking price, and then someone will take him. Vertified Fence said, who's got the better atmosphere? Newcastle, Liverpool, both very good, to be fair. Like, for that, some people would say Liverpool, they're correct. Some people would say Newcastle, they're correct. It's like both very good. Sonny says, what's the best World Cup in your opinion? Sonny goes for 2022. I knew what was coming. I'm primed today. The other day, I was because it was a work day, I think I was tired. Today I've had a weekend, so I'm primed. Sonny says 2022 because it was when I had the kryptonite against Penaldogs. Forever, when Messi lifted the trophy while Penaldo crying, oh, I miss the old days. I typically don't remember too many international tournaments, if I'm honest, but 2022 was the last one, so I'll go with that. User 786311295. What's the succession plan post Van Dijk, Guehi, and who else? That's a good question. I don't think there is a succession plan at the moment, but hopefully now I would say Wirtz is the succession plan to Salah, even though they don't play in the same position. he feels like, here's the new star of the attack, star of the front. So I feel like they've sorted out the succession plan to Salah to a certain degree. Of course, they'll still need a right winger, but I think you understand what I'm saying. But in terms of succession plan to Van Dijk, nothing yet. Perhaps they'll work on that next year. I'd like to think they work on that next year. Vertified defense. Who's got a better midfield? Newcastle or Liverpool? That is a debate. It's really tight. It is really tight. I would say in general, I'd probably give it to Liverpool. But in some ways, Newcastle's midfield is kryptonite to Liverpool. So it's like Liverpool are Superman, but like Newcastle are kryptonite. And I thought Benfica were going to score. When Liverpool played Newcastle last year, our midfield just got completely battered by them. Gravenberch got took off. He was having such a terrible game. So yeah, in general, I'm happy with our midfield, but I'm still slightly concerned coming up against the Joe Lintons, the Tenalis, and the Brunos of the world. Bruno in particular scares me. Should I say? CGC says, Man United fan here, we'll take Nunes on loan. Might be good or just jokes. Trust me, I appreciate Rasmus Højlund has given you a certain degree of trauma this year, but you don't want Nunes. Trust me. I mean, you're making good moves in the striker department. So I think Cunha is a good move. Cunha is better than Nunes. If you get Mbeumo is also better than Nunes. But yeah, trust me. I think you'll be okay from a striker, but you don't want Darwin. Trust me, it's not gonna work. Runnerman Steve says World Cup 98 for me. Was that France 98? I believe France 98, and I think France won that one. For some reason, that's like really memorable in my head. I couldn't tell you who 2002 or 2006 was, but like France 98 is like ingrained in my head. But yeah, that was a good one. Saad, I think was gonna say something, but I don't think it's come through. Vertified fans wants England versus Germany to go to penalties. It would be exciting, I can't lie. If it goes to penalties, I might have to switch games. But it looks like England are holding on now for 3-2. Italia 90, yeah. That's a good suggestion as well. User says if Diaz leaves, put in a bid for Rodrigo. But seen a lot of fans say he wouldn't want to join LFC, yeah. The thing is, I'm still convinced that they're gonna try and balance the books to a certain degree, and if Diaz goes, Rodrigo will be even more expensive. What I would perhaps do is, you know how Lyon have been relegated because they financially could not behave themselves. Oh, I haven't even reset the timer. I've just realized for half time and just let it run. I'm like, is it 79 minutes? I was like, no, it's 49. It's because I let it run during the. Give me a second. There we go. Back up to date. Yeah, my thinking is, I think Diaz will probably go, and again, that's a separate discussion. But it might be worth looking at Malik Fofana from Lille. Lyon, sorry, not Lille, because Lyon got relegated, so he'll be available for cheap. Apparently, he's got the yellow price reduced sticker on him from Tesco, Malik Fofana. So that's probably what I'd do. Because I think you'd make money because you'd sell Diaz for more than Fofana would be available for. Dad of Boy says absolutely not penalties. We don't need that anxiety on a on a Saturday evening. Should we scrap the no coverage of 3 p.m. kickoffs? I think we should. Like, officially, the reason is, I believe it's an old thing where they wanted you to go support the kind of local lower league team, but like these days, if the game isn't on Sky or isn't on BT, most people will just stream it online, or perhaps some people won't even bother. They'll just watch the highlights on Match of the Day. So I don't think the initial benefit. It's I'm trying to be all kind of professional, and, and I'm like yes, I don't think that would be a exquisite outcome. And then I'm just saying, hey, we get all the games, and I'm like yeah, no comment. but yeah, I mean every everyone's got ways of seeing the game, so they're just losing money at this point. Especially in in other countries, you can get all the games. Like across the world, you can see the game, but down the road, you can't see the game. So, I mean, what I really think they should do is, and again, I say they should do it, but there's so many contracts and there's so many backhanders being given that this won't happen anytime soon. But just put out like a subscription thing, man. Even if it's £20 a month and maybe a bit more for 4K, you'd raise a ton of money. It's all about money. Literally, this game that I'm watching, Club World Cup, even this is about money. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Dawood says, sorry, I'm slacking over here and timer you. You know, that's okay. You've proven your point, to be fair. You know, when I always say, oh yeah, I normally remember. So you've proven me wrong when I say, oh yeah, I remember most of the time. The outcome was 79 minutes on 49 minutes. 98 was oh wow. Is this from if this is from memory, Sonny? This is quite impressive. 98 was France. 02 was Brazil. 06 is Italy. 10 was Spain. Was there not like another Brazil? Was there not like another Brazil in the 2010s? Or am I getting that wrong? Italy, Spain, Germany, France. And there's the Ronaldo hatred at the end. Where are you, Penaldo? Even with one of the most expensive international squad, you still fail. Be ashamed, P. He should be ashamed. Because you were very disappointed in him. Brandon says, if Diaz leaves, Gakpo is clear first choice. Just get someone who can play both wings. Yeah, that would be intelligent. I think Malik Fofana can play both wings. He's very exciting. He's very young. He's available for cheap, probably low wages. It's like, what more? What more could Liverpool want? Yeah, that's the thing. Like kind of, it's solving a problem that they've created, if you know what I mean. Like when Spotify came along. So suddenly the music industry was happier because they changed their model, they changed their delivery model. So maybe football also needs to get with the times. Do you think Chelsea will win? I think so. I think they'll have just a bit too much quality at the end. I don't have to listen to Gary Neville. Yeah, even better. Yeah, I can't listen to him. Thankfully, Rio is off TNT now. He's not on there anymore. Like Gary Neville I find annoying. Carragher as well I find annoying. But Rio Ferdinand especially, I couldn't there was I don't know who it is, but there's like one lady, and I think she has a Spanish accent, but like she was really good and she was on Sky once. I can't remember who that was. But yeah. Maybe they should cast the net out further and get people that we find less annoying. Hanley says percentage chance of Isak joining Liverpool. I mean, probably like 10% chance, to be honest. If there was one all-time player who didn't play for a Big Six club in the Premiership to join Liverpool, who? It depends. Is it like the traditional Big Six or the new Big Six? If it's... Because otherwise I'd probably say someone like Alan Shearer, maybe. NFL teams have a pass. Premier League could do the same. So simple. Yeah, big revenue. Yeah, and I think everyone would sign up for it. But I think unfortunately the rights holders, they're just kind of stuck in the past. Hopefully something does change. I mean, I don't think it will happen, but I've seen some rumors Apple might be interested in acquiring the Premier League, and they've got the money to do it. so if they get interested, it's a possibility. Maybe you pay to see your team's games at 3 p.m. Fans would pay. Yeah, 100% they would. 100%. Oh, that was okay. That was it. Yeah, Olympics was Brazil 20. Because I remember there was something Brazil related in 2010. The reason why I remember is I was at like the most boring date that I've ever been on in my life, but Neymar was on a projector and they were saying, yeah, this is Neymar's tournament, and I was like, that's what my brain was going back to. But I guess it was Olympics, or was it Brazil? Yeah, there was something. I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google this because 2014 is roughly the time that I'd remember. And I swear it was Brazil because I remember they kept saying that this is Neymar's tournament and Neymar's got to do it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was 2014. Brazil 2014. Yeah, that date kind of lines up. Paul says, says Penaldo. But Messi gets 5 pens in 7 games given to his team. Scored 4. Lol. Real Scouse said, who do you think's our best ever centre-back? For me, it's Van Dijk. I'm too young to have seen Alan Hansen. Growing up, it was like Sammy Hippier, Jamie Carragher. But yeah, in my lifetime, it would be Van Dijk. Our best commentator, I like McCoist. Yeah, McCoist is good. There was this lady, and like I swear she had like a Spanish accent, but she was commentating on English football, and she was the best. I need to find out who she was because it's her. She was the best one. Sunny says, I love Roy Keane, but gone are his banter days. Yeah, he just wants a simple life now. He just wants a simple life. Speaks of Spanish accent and then says Castanet. Amazing unintentional pun. Yeah, I have a tendency of doing that sometimes. Yeah, Alan Shearer. He's still the record goal scorer, isn't he? In Premier League, because Harry Kane didn't get it. Just trying to think, are there any other kind of obvious players? Like Zola was very good, but Chelsea, you could say, are a big 6. Gareth Bale, but I guess Spurs would be a big 6 club. Jay Francine says 20% to Isak. Yeah, I reckon 10%. Basically there's little chance of us getting Alex. If we do, I'd love it, but little chance. Sonny says, I would pay a ridiculous amount of money just to hear Roy Keane banters and cries for a divine intervention. But boo-hoo, Messi never played for Man United. A certain Pinaldo did, but he wasn't great. Again, I love the consistency of the Ronaldo hatred. It's to be admired. Did you like Suarez? Yeah, Suarez was great. Controversial take. I think Suarez was better than Salah, but don't know if that's too controversial. Who's a better player, Salah or Henry? Luis Suarez for me. And so I'm kind of averting the question. Didn't Brazil get battered by Germany in that 2014 World Cup? I think so. Because I remember it was anointed as Brazil's big opportunity, and it didn't quite work out so well. Yeah, I think Shearer's record. It's too far ahead, isn't it? Should we have a look at what it is? Yeah, if you see this over here, let me see if I can adjust that for you. So good old Al is on 260. Harry Kane's on 213. Salah's on 186. So I think I think he'll beat Cole. And he could potentially also beat Rooney, unless he has a catastrophic injury of some sort. I think Salah will. You know what? I could beat Kane as well. You know, I never noticed that. So 186. What's the difference to 213? 27 Premier League goals. So in the two more seasons, he's got 13, 14 each. He certainly could, especially with penalties. Could definitely happen. Runnerman Steve said 7-1. Is it 7-1? And are they gone to penalties? What's the? Oh no! It was the Germany. This is Germany beating Brazil. That one, yeah. Yeah, I think Salah's too far away, but he could get to second place. Ozil or Fabregas, says Dave. Probably Fabregas. Oh, do you reckon Torres is better than Suarez? Suarez for me. Oh my God, Benfica no, that was Chelsea. Reece James has just scored a free kick. Reece James, who is the best English right back today, after Kyle Walker, and after the obvious third place, Ben White. That was a nice little free kick there by Reece James. So how bizarre! Like it was a free kick on the kind of left wing, and I think everyone thought he was gonna cross it, but he just took a shot for the near post and it went in. Fair enough. Shows a degree of intelligence. 1-7 for Germany. Real Scouser says Ray Arneslot's first season. I'll give him a 10 out of 10. I'll give him 10 out of 10 if I'm honest. I know some people say, yeah, he could have won the Champions League. And like, if he won the Champions League, I'd give him a billion out of 10. I'd give him a 10 out of 10. Durwood says James is actually playing. Yeah, I was in shock. I saw the free kick going in, and I was like, "Who took that?" And I was like, "Reece James. Reece James is not in a hospital bed." But yeah, shocker. To be fair, he is. I was going to be shameless and say he is the best English right back. Sonny says Penaldo without penalty is just poop Naldo, trash Naldo. Messi without penalty is the highest assist provider in the football world. I hear. N4 says pens don't count. It would. I think if they didn't, it would it would significantly change some of these tables, can't lie. Andy Cole only ever took a couple of pens, criminally underrated, yeah. That's when I started watching football. Like when I was kind of 5-6 years old, it was like Andy Cole used to play for Newcastle, then he went to Man United. Then he had that partnership with Dwight York, I remember, yeah. But yeah, he was a good player, Andy Cole. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, Livramento. I was trying to be sarcastic to say, okay, Reece James is the best English right back. Then it's Kyle Walker. Then it's the obvious choice, Ben White. But obviously, I forgot about Livramento. I was just trying to throw shade on a certain number 66. Real Scouser says, "How are you on Trent leaving?" I think I just answered that. Sonny says, Torres better than Suarez. This is the sentence that was said before the world ended. Suarez had the best individual season besides Poopnaldo. See, even Sonny can give respect to Ronaldo. There was that season, wasn't there, that Suarez missed. There was that season that Suarez missed 10 games because he bit someone, but he still scored like 30 plus goals. James wasn't injured. There is a glitch in the matrix. Well, there's a glitch in the matrix for him still being here. Benfica are through though, and they mess it up. M says that Prime Mane greater than Salah. I'd say that Prime Mane was better than Prime Salah. I think Mane's game was a bit more well-rounded. I think the pushback is his prime didn't last as long as Salah. So, and I'd put the data attribute of consistency into the greatest argument, if you know what I mean. I hear what you're saying. Like if we're playing a match and you're saying a winger is going to run at me, the strongest form of Mane might be a bit scarier than the strongest form of Salah, but the pushback is Salah did it for 8 years, but Mane didn't do it for anywhere near as long. So yeah, I'd still favour Salah, but I understand the point you're making. Germany hit the bar in the last minute of extra time. They are giving people a lot of anxiety. Let's hope they hold on. Top goal scorer next season in the Premier League, probably Salah. But again, I can also concede a lot of those will be penalties. Salah, Firmino, Mane is the best trio ever. It's they're definitely up there. I think Barcelona would also have a claim with Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. But both good shouts. Is this the Egyptian Nick Grimshaw? It is. It is the Egyptian Nick Grimshaw. Like, I know who that guy is, but like, what is he famous for? Is he like on like panel shows, like How I Got News for You and that sort of stuff? Really? Really? This guy? I mean, surely I look more like his mate. do I not look more like his mate there, or his fiance potentially? Surely I look more like him than Nick Grimshaw. What is he famous for? Like, he's a broadcaster. Okay, fair enough. Like I knew who he was, but I just didn't know what he was famous for. 13-14, and then he won the European Golden Shoe in the prime Messi and Penaldo era, and he did again in the 15-16 era. In my opinion, the best striker of the generation. I hear you. Game over. Oh, they've won. Okay, you can breathe now. Breathe now. Runnerman Steve is relaxed. Emma is relaxed. Everyone's happy. There's no third German goal. Nice little trophy then. That's another trophy for Harvey Elliott. Another trophy for Kwanzaa. So yeah, good stuff. Do you like the new kit? Based on the leaks and things, I do really like it. I'm just curious as to what the official one will look like, if you know what I mean. Like some of the leaks I've seen, they look. I like it. Some of the ones that people have brought from like abroad in China, they look quite nice. I've got one of them, the away one. Like people. But yeah, I'm just waiting to see what the official ones look like. Because sometimes like the shades of the colours are a bit different. I'm just intrigued. But I'm positive. I'm enthusiastic. Real Sky says, do you think Kerkez will replace Robbo? Yeah, 100%. He's not going to hold bench. Kerkez will be the starter. 15 August, Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Indeed. I'm looking forward to that. It will be a nice reunion for Milos Kerkez. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Like joining a new team and your first game is against your old team. I think that's what Torres had as well when he went from Liverpool to Chelsea. I think his first game is Liverpool, but yeah, it is what it is. Nick Grimshaw is a Radio 1. Radio 1 DJ. That's what he's famous for. I see. I only kind of knew him from like panel shows, like Mock the Week and those kind of things. But yeah, I've learned something today. People don't seem to be particularly kind of fond of him, if I'm honest. I'm just like scrolling down Nick Grimshaw, and the discussions are: do you not like Nick Grimshaw? I hate Nick Grimshaw. People don't seem particularly fond of my doppelganger, apparently. MSN and BBP exist, brother. Don't compare Mane, Salah, Firmino to them. Who's BBP? Benzema? No. Is it the Bayern Munich one? Robin Ribber? No. Who's BBP? CR7 says, what's up, I think. Yeah, good. Chilling. Watching 2 games at once to a certain degree. Chelsea game and the England game. But yeah, all good. How about you? Oh yeah, of course. That's why I was like, who's P? I was like, who's P? I did say Benzema, and I was like, no, there's no P. So yeah, I won't be too harsh on myself for failing to get that one. Yeah, Benzema, Bale, and Penaldo. CR7 says, I'm gonna like your video. Very nice. Appreciate that. Who do you think will get relegated next season? Probably the 3 that came up, to be fair. I think Man United will be better. Just kind of trying to figure out kind of the table. I mean, I could probably bring it up, but like Man United will be better. Spurs will be better. So like, it'll probably be the 3 that came up, I reckon. But yeah, what do you think? Jay Fancine says, like your video. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think Chelsea are going to win this one, to be fair. Arsenal will place second. Do you reckon? You reckon they'll finish second? Are you not concerned that how do I phrase this? Is there not a concern that going through the same cycle again might affect them negatively? I don't know if I phrased that terribly. CR7 says, I'm good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Give me a second. Just crashed to us. Need to fix something. Give me 1 second. Part of the stream has crashed. Let me try that again. I think that might have fixed it. Should be back, I think. One second. Seems to be fixed. That was weird. Okay, I'll see how that goes. Bigger achievement, the Centurion of Man City or the Invincible of Arsenal or the Miracle of Leicester? Yeah, Miracle of Leicester, 100%. I think Leicester's kind of one of those things that will probably never happen again, if I'm honest. But yeah, I'd probably go for Leicester. What do you think? I'm going to go to Tunisia this summer. Very nice. Have you got much planned? Are you going to be sightseeing? Are you going to be relaxing? Kind of what's the plan when you get there? Arsenal coming second will make me happy. It will make me happy. I can't lie. Them coming less than second will make me even happier. I got a feeling Newcastle will get second, you know. It's got a strange feeling about that. Yeah, Tunisia sounds good. Tunisia sounds good. Have you been before? Is this the first time you're going or have you been previously? Sunny says, more AFTV content for me. Yeah. I'm trying to leave less sarcastic comments these days, if I'm honest, on AFTV. Oh god, they do make me laugh. Lamine Yamal, number 10 jersey, yeah. Do you think that's the right decision to give? Do you think that's the right decision to give him the number 10 jersey, or do you think it's too early? I think he's earned it. If I'm honest with you, I think he's earned it. You've been there before. Very nice. Very nice. Good to hear. Jenny, to make it more sweeter, we beat Germany in extra time 3-2. Yeah, there's a couple of guys had a bit of a crash like 2 seconds ago, but I think I've fixed it now. But yeah, a couple of guys in the chat were watching the England game. But yeah, 3-2. It was 2-0, I believe. And then Germany came back to make it 2-2, and then 3-2. Ooh, here's Chelsea. Is that Liam Delap? Delap scored. Is that Delap's first goal for Chelsea? But he doesn't seem to be celebrating, so that might have been offside. But yeah, nice little trophy for Harvey Elliott. Can't lie. Do you stream every day? Says Real Scouse. No, not every day. Normally when there's like an interesting game on, to be honest. If there's a Liverpool game on, then yeah, 100%. Generally speaking, it's maybe like 3 or 4 times a week, something like that. I will be streaming tomorrow. Is it PSG versus Inter Miami at 5 o'clock? So yeah, we'll be doing that one. But yeah, it generally on average works out to kind of be 3 or 4 times a week, if I'm honest. Sunny says, Lamine gonna have the biggest ego boost and no one can have the honor of getting the Messi number. It's only because of La Liga rules. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Because they have to give like 1 to 24 or something, right? Which makes every team take 1 to 25. Or I would have retired the number. Messi's one of those players where I can understand retiring the number to a certain... Like I know Birmingham retired the number of Jude Bellingham, which was a bit weird. But Messi's one of those players where you can understand. I mean, the number 10 for Barcelona, it's iconic though, if you think about it. Ronaldinho had it. I think Rivaldo also had it. So it would be saying a lot to retire it. So I presume no, but didn't like Ansu Fati, did he have it? Ansu Fati had it. But yeah, I think he's earned it. I think Chelsea have probably won this, to be honest. Ansu Fati has already destroyed that number's legacy. So yeah, I say give anyone 1.0. At least it looks like 10. Yeah, I mean, I think Yamal will probably bring the legacy of the number back to a certain degree. Let's hope so, at the very least. I think with kind of Ansu Fati, I think they gave it to him a bit too early. But I think Yamal has done what he needs to do to earn that. I think DB LFC 15 says, who's in the picture? Because it's really small because I'm on a computer, so I can't tell. Is it James Milner? If I like... Oh no, it's Wirtz. Okay, it's Wirtz. That's obvious when I think about it. But like, at first I was like, is that the new goalkeeper we've signed? That Woodman guy? And I was like, is it James Milner? And like, no, it's Wirtz. Yeah, I can see it. I believe Liverpool will reignite their interest in Gordon this summer. Could happen. Could happen. I think Diaz is definitely off. Because I don't think I don't think they want to give him a bigger contract. Gordon will be expensive though, and with Leon getting relegated, is there an opportunity to perhaps test the waters with Malik Fofana? Because Fofana is apparently available for cheap, right? So with Leon getting relegated, players available for cheap. Malik Fofana is looking pretty good. Left winger, right winger, young, French, cheap. But I do think you're right. I do think Liverpool still have an interest in Gordon. He seems like one of those players that they kind of have a long-standing interest in. Sunny says, okay, I got to go. Bye, adios, and sayonara. And I know I haven't hated Ronaldo so much today, but so yeah, bye. That's okay. Everyone needs a day off here and there. But yeah, take care, Sunny. See you soon for more Ronaldo hating. Jenny says, men on screen. This message is for you. England have won back-to-back Euros and you're not even commenting on this. This is disgraceful. Yeah, we did. We were talking about it a fair bit. The problem is, the stream kind of crashed like 5 minutes ago. I'm trying to get it back up at the same time. YouTube's still working, which is a positive. Sunny says, "Who cares, Penaldo? Why are you still playing? You could have retired and give me peace. You are the destroyer of this beautiful game. Just end your career, or someone please end me." I would say, thankfully, it looks like he's going to be gone soon, but it doesn't look like he is. So yeah, unfortunately, 2 more years of Penaldo, Sonny. But that's life sometimes. Anything to extend this horrible game. Yeah. I hope it finishes. I hope it finishes at 90 minutes. But if Germany woos, you woos. England have won back-to-back Euros and you're not even commenting on it. It's disgraceful. I mean, it's not that big a deal, if I'm honest. It's under 21s. Like if it was the proper Euros, yeah. But like with under 21s, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Sunny's kind of paraphrased it a bit better. Says, Jenny Thong, it's an under 21 trophy, no one cares. I'd rather spend my energy on hating Penaldo. Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you rather choose England under 21, 10 trophies back to back, or England win a single World Cup? That's a fair question. Like, it's cool that they won, but it's also under 21s. So, like, it won't be in the news for like more than more than one or two news stories. Why are the players coming off with 5 minutes left? What's going on? Is it full time? Match suspended due to adverse weather. There's 5 minutes left. What is this? Jenny says, you don't know anything about football. How come Man City get to spend so much money along with Chelsea? Yeah, a lot of their kind of spending was done before these kind of rules came in. So to a certain degree, they are afforded an advantage that Newcastle are not. Yeah, but it's like 5 minutes. It said on the screen like a little messages come up there. Match suspended due to adverse weather. Was it really that adverse? No, that makes sense now. That's why I said anything to. I was like, yeah, let's just hope it finishes. But now in my like, was it really that adverse? Like I didn't see like any. Was it windy or something or what? What is the adverse weather? They're just trying to extend. This is just trying to extend our torture out. Sunny says, "What do you want, Jenny? You want me to dance in the footholds of the Himalayas naked? Because England has won an under 21 trophy. Come on, yeah. People generally are not too fussed about kind of under 21s. Jay Fanzine says, Pog back to Monaco, I believe. DM Resells 4 says they've spent 130 million already this year. Am I right? Shirky. No, not this year. Well, it depends what you class as this year. In January, they spent 220 million. So 220 from January plus 130, that would make it 350. Oh, you mean this season? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think Shirky was about 35. I don't know how much Reinders was. But yeah, because Man City, they got in kind of before these rules were put in place. You could even argue that the rules were put in place because of Man City. So yeah, I understand why Newcastle are a bit annoyed. They'd still go and spend and go still get third. That's the thing. That's the thing with Pep. But like I do rate Pep, but I don't rate him. I don't treat him like a messiah type of figure because he always just kind of splashes the cash, always opens the checkbook. Grealish, £100 million player, doesn't want to play with him anymore. He was 70 million. Is that the Girona player? Oh no, Reinders. Okay, Reinders must have been 70 million. Sunny says, what's the under 21 got to do with the professional game? Yeah, very little, if I'm honest. In America, when there is lightning, they have to pause. Oh, right, okay. It's a rule, is it? I didn't know that. Could the Lightning not have waited 5 more minutes? They had to do this, right? They had to do this at a late kickoff. This started at 9 p.m. UK time. It's now 11 p.m. UK time, and they've delayed it. We were watching another game the other day. It was 8 p.m. They could have delayed it then, but oh god, it is what it is. It is what it is. If someone wins the someone the 21 players gets promoted to the England squad and win the World Cup, what would you be saying then? Sunny side up and men on screen. Then that would be something to get a bit more excited about. But a lot of these players will never get promoted. A lot of these players will never get promoted to the senior level. You want evidence of that? Harvey Elliott, who couldn't get into the Liverpool team the entire season, is playing like the reincarnation of Messi against these lot. Like the standard is in the mud for this. Because if you think about it, England have got Cole Palmer, England have got Jude Bellingham, England have got Phil Foden. I think it's a big step up. They should give us Isak, and then we can help them. We can. I mean, that would help them, to be fair. Getting another 120, 130 million. Because I think they want to spend like roughly 120, 130 million, if you know what I mean. So getting Isak or selling Isak would alleviate their PSR concerns. Reinders, Elliott and Kwanzaa have to be in the senior team next World Cup. To be honest, they won't, because there's just too much competition. Tuchel seems to love Harry Maguire. There's also Guehi is ahead of him. Also kind of John Stones. Like there's a lot of kind of senior players. Similarly, in like the number 10 position, Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham. I know it's very unlikely they'll get a look in, unless Kwanzaa's gonna go now and be a starter. And Elliott's probably also going to go and be a starter. And if as a starter, they're tearing it up, whether it's in the Bundesliga, whether it's in another league, then they might get a look in. But I think based off this tournament, they won't. Sunny says, Jenny, England winning the World Cup will alone destroy the ecosystem. But let me ask you, that same team will have way more players who are above 21. So what are your thoughts? That's a fair point. Jenny says your response is a shambles. Not necessarily. I mean, I think he's just saying the level here is a lot lower than the senior level. So whilst it's kind of nice and all, it's really not that big a deal. Like I'm trying not to be kind of too negative, but it's nice to win it. But like no one will care tomorrow. But if England win the proper Euros or the proper World Cup, then it's a different story. Play Elliott on the right, because Saka is no good. I hear ya. I still think Saka. I still think Saka's a better right winger than Elliott. I think Elliott's best position is in the middle. Yeah, Elanga, Trafford, and was the other one João Pedro maybe? Was the other one maybe João Pedro? Yeah, that's the thing. I think if Kwanzaa goes to Leverkusen and starts every game, then he has a route into the senior team. Similarly with Elliott, if Elliott goes to Brighton or Dortmund, probably not Dortmund, but if Elliott goes somewhere and he's starting week in, week out, I think then he can maybe get into the team, but you'll have to see what happens. Sunny says, Jenny, you are the under 21 manager in disguise, because no way, I don't even rate them at that higher standard. And guess what? Lamine and even Pupanalo played, so yeah, there's my response. Fair enough. Welcome Freddie Woodman to Liverpool. I would say I'm excited to have him, but I'm not. Jenny says, take off your Liverpool glasses and talk about some of the other England 21 England under 21 players. But again, this is the point. Nobody knows them. Nobody really cares. I don't even know who Beadle is. If these players were any good, they'd be in the senior team. Jude Bellingham was in the senior team at 19. You're disproving your own point. You're saying please give some appreciation to the randomers that nobody cares about, but like they're randomers, nobody really cares. We only know about Konza and Elliott because they play for Liverpool. So you're disproving your own point. Yeah, exactly. Like no one's ever cared about the under 21s. And here's the other thing: if England didn't win it, again, nobody would care. Like it's nice to win it. It's nice to win it, but I never would have realized that this is something that we should hype up and celebrate, because by Monday, no one's gonna care. Yeah, João Pedro. Yeah. I mean, if João Pedro is a replacement for Isak, that could be interesting. Buyback clause is amazing. We should put one in for Elliott. Yeah, we should. I think clubs in general should kind of make more use of the buyback clause, because in a way you kind of mitigate the risk if you think about it. Apparently, Kwanzaa's buyback clause is 70 million, which is a lot. But on the flip side, if Kwanzaa does turn out to be amazing at Leverkusen, then we can buy him back, if you know what I mean. So in a way, it feels like a lot of money, but the flip side is, if you're prepared to pay 70, then he must have turned out really good. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they put that into the Elliott deal, and hopefully they put that into more deals. And is it Ethan Wanreri because he's so overhyped? Yeah. There is a tendency to kind of overhype players sometimes, I can't lie. Sonny says, I didn't know under 21 tournament was a necessity for football knowledge. It's really not. It's really not, if I'm honest. It comes into activation in 2027 when Virgil's contract is up. Hopefully he's the replacement. I would say hopefully there's like, I like Kwanzaa, but I don't think he's fast enough, and I don't think he has the raw kind of speed required to kind of play a high line. Because if you think about it, Frimpong is probably a signing for the next 10 years. And Kerkez is also probably a signing for the next 10 years. And these two are going to be running up and down the wing like no man's business. So I think to a certain degree, Van Dijk or the two centre-backs are going to be alone to a certain degree, which further necessitates the centre-backs having space, because they're going to need to cover the right side because Frimpong is the other side of the pitch, or they're going to need to cover the left side because Kerkez is the other side of the pitch. And I don't think Kwanzaa has that raw speed to do that. But he might turn out to be really good in other ways. But that's the flexibility of the buyback clause. If it does turn out to be really good, you can always bring him back. Liverpool transfer window is killing football. Is this the first transfer window they've had in three seasons? Because that's surprising. It wasn't killing football when they bought nobody the last transfer window, and it wasn't killing football when they bought nobody 2 transfer windows ago, and it wasn't killing football when they bought nobody 3 transfer windows ago. So really, this isn't a transfer window. This is 4 transfer windows combined. And in 4 transfer windows combined, they've signed 3 players. That's 1 player per transfer window. That's not killing football. Point proven. Sonny says, more like a boy with a brain. At least he utilizes it for something more important. Are you hating Ronaldo rather than watching minors play football? Yeah, I hear you. I think 70 million was a blessing for us. No worries in that happening. Yeah. It's a good deal. It's a good deal for Leverkusen. It's a good deal for Liverpool. Good deal for Kwanzaa. Good deal for everyone involved. A DM resells 130 net spend in the last 5 years. Previous to this year's ruining football. Yeah, it's just again, like, people forget, in the last 3 windows, Liverpool have bought nobody. Man United have bought Ugarte, they've bought Dogu, they've bought Casemiro, they've bought Hoyland, and then they said Hoyland wasn't good enough, they bought Xerxes. Liverpool have only bought 3 players in 4 windows. Cunha, as you've said there, yeah. What is actually ruining football is other teams overplaying for rubbish players, like your Hoylands, like your Xerxes, which then pushes up the price of other players like Isak to ridiculous numbers, to 120 million. That is what is ruining football. Ruining football is paying ludicrous prices, for rubbish players, because then that drives up the prices. And not just from a price, also from a wage perspective. Why are they giving Sancho 350 grand a week? He is dog turd. But if Sancho wants 350 grand a week, now a top signing is going to want 400 grand a week, because they look at Sancho, who can't tie his own shoelaces. He's on 350, so I should get 400. So now Salah's on 400. And the average winger now is going to want 200. And the teenager now, fresh out of school, is going to want 100. So that's what's ruining football, overpaying for dross, because it has a domino effect on the rest of the market. Buemo, Gyökeres looking likely as well. Yeah, Sancho, yeah. It's stuff like that. That's what ruins it. Because he can choose who to read, and maybe you can't ignore they aren't paying you to promote them. This is not Liverpool, it's the Sunny channel. It is to a certain degree. I agree with you. It's the Sunny channel. How much is Frimpong and Kerkez on, or is that not known? I can see if I can find it for you. It says he was on 67 grand a week at Leverkusen. I don't know if his Liverpool salary has come out yet. They're only showing the... Yeah, but let's pretend they doubled his wages, so he'll be 120. Who was the other one? Kerkez wages. There doesn't seem to really be much data on it. Kerkez was on very little. Yeah, hopefully some data comes out on that soon. Sonny says Sonny loves Liverpool. They are still eating good from our atrocious Barcelona Coutinho deal. Yep, we appreciate that very much. Barcelona funded Liverpool's title win. It's true. $120K is great. 66 was probably on 200,000. Yeah, I heard it was on about that much. Yeah. I think 180 from what I remember, but yeah, around the 200 grand mark. So yeah, 5-year contract for Frimpong. He'll probably get a new. I mean, if all things go well, they'll probably get a new contract in a few years, and then they'll probably increase that a bit. 66 known as 12 now, yeah, but 66 just has more of a slanderous kind of ring to it than kind of 12. Like 12, it's like 12 just doesn't sound like a bit of an insult, but calling someone 66, it just sounds like a bit of an insult. I don't know why. Sonny says, what happened to this match? Is Chelsea through? We got to 85 minutes and then the match was stopped because of bad weather. Apparently, Durwood was saying there's lightning, and when there's lightning in the US, that's when they stop games. I was literally 5 minutes away. I might give it until 11:30 and then I'll probably go. Yeah, 66. It just sounds a bit rude and offensive, doesn't it? 66. 66 did this, 66 did that. I mean, does this stadium not have a roof? That would be one way to get around it. I always fill this glass of water up, right? Thinking I'm going to drink it. I never do. DM Resells says, imagine if we get Madrid next season in the Champions League at Anfield. Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be nice, I can't lie. Gakpo or Diaz or a new left winger running at 66 will be fantastic. And I appreciate the reception was mixed to a certain degree, you could say, at the end of the season for 66. But if that happens next year, 66 is gonna get booed like you wouldn't believe. So, look, that'd be amazing. That would sell out as well. That would sell out. Like tickets for that would sell out like immediately. I don't even know what this game is that I'm watching. Sepp versus Bot. Is it like somebody versus Botafogo? It's the game that was on earlier, right? Palmeiras. SFC Joe says, how do you actually feel about Trent leaving? My mom always told me if I have nothing nice to say, don't say it. That should help. And Kerkez on the overlap, yeah. Oh yeah, of course. So 66 is gonna have 66 is gonna have two of them running at him. He ain't gonna he don't have the facilities for that. He don't have the facilities or the mental fortitude to be dealing with something like that. Aaron says, LFC scum, but we love you, Aaron. But we love you so much, Aaron. What can we do to make it up to you? We must have disappointed you somehow. We were just talking 5 minutes ago about what a nice person Aaron is. And how we all wish we were more like Aaron. Sunny says, Jenny's added herself into the Hatred Hall of Fame because of the emphasis on the under 21 tournament. Yeah. The under 21, like it's nice to win it, but it's not that huge a deal. Florian Wirtz coming across to the left to cook him up even further, then cutting in and scoring. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. I really hope we get Madrid next year. Just all of what you've said has kind of confirmed to me that he's going to have a terrible time. Says DM Resal says, I can write in caps lock too. You're not cool. But Aaron with a good point there. Can't spell right. And then DM Resal is like, damn, you got me there. You got me there. SFC Joe is I can tell you don't like him as you don't say his name. Yeah, 66. 66 just sounds slanderous and offensive. Like I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Like I think DM Resals was saying earlier, is he not 12 now? I'm like, yeah, he is 12, but 12 just doesn't feel like anything. But calling someone 66, it just sounds a bit rude for some reason. Sunny says Aaron must be an Arsenal fan. It's a possibility. No one called him Trent anymore. Yeah, he's trying to rebrand himself as that word. With the shirt as well, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm Cher. I'm just you're gonna use my first name now." Yeah, he's 66. He's 66. Or Alexander or Arnold. Yeah, all good options, but I think 66 is the slander name of choice. Jenny says, am I okay to stay? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, people disagree. It's okay. It's all good. I mean, you did get a prediction right on was it the Nations League final? You predicted 2-2. It's all good. Okay, so now I can go under Penaldo bed and be the boogeyman to his life. Penaldo hatred is always funny. Sunny says, yes, may the Lord be with you. Amen. May the Lord be with us all. May the Lord be with Chelsea, because they've stopped this game at the 85th minute. I don't think it's going to restart. It's like, I appreciate this. It's a local time. It's probably 6:23 there. But it's 11:23 at night here. I'm going to give it till 11:30, then I'm probably going to go. It's not my fault. I tried my best. See, I'm thinking, is that Newcastle? But no, it's Botafogo. That's how I know. I need to go in a few minutes. It's not Botafogo. Is it Botafogo or Palmeiras? I don't know. Jenny suspects that Sonny is a Man United fan. Apparently they're going to warm up to play another 4 minutes. It's like, this is ridiculous. Oh no, it says the two teams are expected to begin warming up now with the aim to restart in 20 minutes. However, this could still change should lightning hit the area of Charlotte. Okay. Yeah. So the game's going to restart in about 20 minutes, which is too long for me to wait. Sonny's a Barcelona fan. Why would I hate Penaldo? That's a fair point. Yeah, this match is gonna restart in 20 minutes. That's far too long. But anyway, I shall be back tomorrow for more drama. PSG Inter tomorrow at 5 o'clock. There better not be any more lightning tomorrow. Hopefully the weather sorts itself out tomorrow. Sonny says just take the ball and play. Yeah. So yeah, back tomorrow. I need to create the damn thumbnails for it. But yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go because it says it's going to be another 20 minutes at least, but there's no guarantee that it will resume in 20 minutes. So yeah. Waiting 25 minutes to play 5 minutes doesn't seem like the best trade-off. So Messi will be eliminated tomorrow. Well, you never know. They might get past PSG. Alright, take care, Sonny. Here in Ohio, you have to wait 30 minutes after the last lightning strike before anyone come on the field. I see. It's some sort of logistical rule. Yeah, it says on my thing, it says they're warming up now for 20 minutes. So they're going to warm up 20 minutes to play 5 minutes. But that's the earliest. So then they might reassess it again and it might get delayed by another how long. J Fanzine says good night. Yeah, you too. SFC Joe says bye, have a good night. You too, Joe. No more nightmares about 66, hopefully, for either of us. And yeah, cool. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Enjoy.